Lynn did something that a lot of people typically don't do whenever they start running ads is that, what happens is you start running ads, you create a video, you post it up there, and maybe, you're not attracting the right clientele. Maybe your cost per lead's a little too high. Maybe, you're not talking to your ideal audience. And then, what happens is sometimes people get discouraged and they're like, hey, ads don't work. I've known multiple
Right.
times, even people, trying to do it themselves, they completely quit advertising just because, they didn't get the results they wanted the first 2 weeks after only using, one ad, you know?
Right.
And,
And we
and
went back and forth many times,
mhm.
and I knew they work. I come from a family of entrepreneurs, so I knew they worked. I knew it was something in what we were doing. And I was getting people 2.5, 3 hours away, like in Florida, and I'm in Paulding, Georgia. So, I just kept pushing, like, we got to make that location, check every ad location. And we basically shrunk the distance because even if you say, I want a 20-mile radius, it's going to give you a 60-mile radius because of where those people are going. That's something I learned I didn't know. You told me that. Um, so I just shrunk my radius to where if it did go a little bit out, it wasn't crazy out. But it's kind of a good thing too, because that board and train I booked, he's 2.5 hours away, and was too far for the private classes, but he liked my video so much that he did a board and train with me. So,
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so Lynn did mention a few things. So one is just like, for example, the video. We just want to test out different videos, and not just only use one specific video and just kind of rely on that. Just to give you perspective, for me, in the past 30 days, I've tested out like maybe 15 different videos. But that's me going, pretty aggressive. Now, you don't have to go that aggressive. There's other people who does even 5 times more than me. As long as you have, a few like two or three to test out and really, see how it's performing, see how it's the, interaction, see if they're, picking up or not. Like all of those indicators are really good. Now, another thing that, that Lynn did that was really, really good was that she kept getting us constant feedback, meaning it's like, hey, we're getting, leads outside of our area. So what happens is, years ago, whenever you came to running ads on Meta, there was, four
right.
different options. One of them was like target people who, live in that location, people who recently visited that location, people who travel into that location. And I forgot what was the fourth one, but there was four options that you can choose. And then back then you can only choose people who actually live in that location. But then what happened was that they removed all of those four options and they left us with just one, which is people who live or were recently in that location. So there are going to be some times where you get some leads outside of your local area. So now, if it comes to a point where you're getting like, more than normal, because usually, you get like 10%, I would say, but if you're getting more than that, then, one of the things that we did for Lynn as well is that we started excluding the cities around that area. So like perfect example, I'm running ads for this guy. He's in San Diego, right? I was just in San Diego last weekend, and I came across this ad today, and I'm like literally across the country. So it's like if there's someone who travels a lot, like for example, like me, I am gonna get ads from all different locations, but there are different ways that we can get around that. Like for example, that excluding. So now it is policy with like my team to exclude all the cities around and like the nearby cities so we can just focus into like one location.